Hello and welcome back to our channel. In today's semi-final, the forces of Tyranids clash with the forces of the Tzeentch Marines. We are both very excited about the game because the Tyranids, of course, are a horde army with loads of models, whereas the Tzeentch rely on quality, only have a few models, but they, I think, have quite a punch. So I think it's a very exciting game which you should expect. Okay, back with the army presentation. First of all, the 1000 points of Tyranids. The force is led by a Hive Tyrant, which is a level 4 cycle, but only has a level 4 cycle, sorry, but only has one psychic power. It's the Psychic Scream, which could prove today very useful against the cycle of the Thousand Suns. Furthermore, I've got a Lictor, which will set up in an ambush at the start of the battle. My first squad are a brood of Termagants, which will rush forward and shield the more valuable troops. A second large brood of Homogons. And last but not least, maybe you notice it's the same army list as in the quarterfinal or the first round. I've got 4 squads of gargoyles, each consisting of 6 models. Yeah, that's the 1000 point army of Tyranids, which will today face the army of the Tzeentch Marines.
And these are my exactly 1000 points of Tzeentch. I've got a Sorcerer Lord level 4 riding a Flying Disc. He's got a Displacer Field and a Force Rod as well, a Power Fist and a Sword, and his Bull Pistol. I have forgotten the cavalry rules up to last night, where I reread something in the Codex of Chaos. I've got a squad of 6000 Suns with 1 missile launcher and 2 autocannons. One of them, I think I say it's the Warlock model we included. It's got an additional sword and a chainsword, just in case his squad is assaulted and we need to do some close combat fighting. All of them have got the Mark of Tzeentch, of course. I've got 6 Flamers and I've got 1 Predator. As you might have noticed, we haven't changed the army lists. So I've still got a twin-linked las cannon in the turret and a las cannon in each sponson mounted. And these are my 1000 points.
Okay guys, the 2 forces have been deployed. As you can see, my 2 broods of Homogons and Termagants have been placed in the middle of the deployment zone, whereas the army commander, the Hive Tyrant, hides behind the Imperial Bastion, because in a rather open battlefield it would be suicide to put him in the middle of the deployment zone, because he can be shot by the enemy Predator rather easily. The broods of gargoyles have been deployed behind the Termagants and Homogons. The Lictor has not deployed yet because he has the infiltration special rule, and as we played it in the games before, I have set it up hidden, so that Marcus don't know where it will appear eventually. Okay.
I put my Predator tank right in the middle. Unluckily, without heavy bolters, only with his 4 las cannons. So some of these Homogons or Terragents will be killed for sure. My army commander is next to it, a little closer to the enemy Hive Turn, because all of my psychic powers are rather short-ranged. And the last squad of them has got covering fire. I don't let them start on Overwatch. I'll gain another +1 on my 2 hit rolls in my first turn instead.
Okay, but before we start the battle, I have
may
to roll
roll,
for the Tyranid event chart what happens to Marcus' forces, probably. Okay, first of all, the army commander is the character table, but he's okay.
It's okay, 2 to 5.
Then the tank, the vehicle event table, it's also okay, 1. And the last squad of 1,000 Suns,
3
they are not affected either. So that was not so successful this time, but we will now roll off to the start of the battle. I have only a stretch rating of 1, so I have 4, so I can't beat Marcus, and he will start the battle, and we will back at the end of the first round of the Tzeentch Chaos Marines.
You've got the last turn.
Yeah, they can be useful.
My army commander has moved a little. He's fast enough with his steeds 12, so 24 to reach any point he wants to. Whereas the Predator went on Overwatch. I try, maybe I'm lucky and some other brutes might go broken, to fire at the gargoyles going on flying high. Okay, and they are going to fire their 2 autocannons and their missile launcher at the Horgons. I've got +1 to hit, so normally I've got a ballistic skill of 3. Now I've got 4, which is 3+. Now I'll hit on a 2+, because they haven't moved yet. I think it's the best.
Yeah.
Okay, my missile launcher using a frag grenade on this one. 2+. Yep. So I think
2-inch blast marker.
Others have to be covered by half, or let's say 3 completely.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, 3 times strength 4 versus toughness 3, and you haven't got an armor save.
3+ to kill.
Only
so
1.
1 is killed.
No. Waste of ammunition. And 2 autocannons.
Okay.
Each of them hits on a 2+. Yep.
Okay, that means 2 sustained fire dice in total.
Probably 2 champs.
Yeah, it would be nice.
3. So it's strength 8 versus toughness somewhat is 2+. And you haven't got a save. Oh, this time I'm lucky. Now you've lost 25%. 6 out of your 16. 4 out of now. Yeah. So it's the first break test. If they are not within 16 inches.
18 inch of the hive mind, but
okay, no.
They are not. But
So do you have a break test?
Do you have
look it up later?
More than 25% or exactly 25%?
I think as soon as
it's okay.
Yeah, but I look it up.
Yeah, I roll the dice and then we will check it. Maybe I have 2 ones. No. Okay. They are broken. And we check this at the end of the first turn.
So it's time for our psychic phase. 2 dice because we've got 2 psychers, although...
Okay, 7 warp cards in total.
Yeah. So back to my energy drain fear.
Oh, this time I can really play the card as long as my hive turn lives,
and
because he's
my
a psyker.
But I'm lucky I've got the Mark of Tzeentch, so I've got a 4+ against psychic attacks. But I think you'd be insane not to try Psychic Scream, because it's the best weapon against my psyker.
It's the first turn.
So first I try to do the Boon of Tzeentch.
Okay, that means that are the first 2 summoning points for your flamers, because the Psyker bears the Mark of Tzeentch, I suppose.
Will you try nullify?
No.
Okay, another 2 cards for me.
Okay, now
so
I
it's your turn.
I have to measure the distance.
Yeah, it's 32. I think they are in.
Yeah.
I'll use this one for
you have
summoning
to,
points.
Can you measure the distance?
Yeah, of course.
It's 36.
36? Yeah. Oh no, it's 42.
Yeah. Okay. Out of range, so I do nothing.
Okay, and I think, yeah, I can't do other stuff because I've got range 12, range 6. Yeah. The best one would be Tzeentch Firestorm with a range of 24. So I'll keep 2 cards, or I can keep 3 because I've got a 4th rod.
Okay.
And I hope I won't, would have been to nullifies, I hope I won't be in need of them later. So, and that's the end of my first turn.
Okay, folks, that's the end of the first round of the Tyranids. My homogons were still broken, and because they were in the open, they have to flee another 2d6. I rolled just a 4, so they moved partially behind the bunker to hide, but they're still half of the squad in the open, so they will continue their movement, except they pass the leadership test in the rally phase. My Termagants moved 6 inch towards the enemy, and my 4 Gargoyle Brutes went all flying high. My Hive-Tyrant and the Lictor remain stationary, and Marcus uses his Overwatch to fire his Leskens on 1 Gargoyle Brute, which succeeded, killing 1 Gargoyle, and I think in total 2 Termagants.
I was lucky to use a twin-linked less cannon on one of the Termagants because the first to wound roll was a 1.
Okay, and I can't shoot with anything because it's out of range.
So, psychic phase.
So we will commence to the psychic phase. Hopefully I will receive the energy drain card so I can vaporize some of the 1,000 zones. Okay, let's take a look, guys. That's 5 cards in total. And okay, as my only psychic power is still out of range, I do nothing at the moment.
I've got 1 retain in hand.
Okay.
The other one. Thank you. So I'll discard this, but only play
Foon of Tzeentch, I suppose. Okay, I try to nullify this power on a 4+. Yeah, it's nullified.
Okay.
But do you receive the summoning point for the spent force card, or only when the psychic power succeeded?
I think for every force card spent and not for every.
Okay, so you have 4 summoning points at the moment.
So let's turn this one from 2 to 4.
That was the the first round of the Tyranids, and we'll back at the second round of the Tzeentch Chaos Space Marines.
Okay, that's the end of the movement phase of my second turn. The army commander advanced a little on his flying disc. I hope he's now within range in order to be able to do the Firestorm of Tzeentch. The Predator went on Overwatch once again, although his chances of hitting the charging gargoyles or coming down gargoyles are really slim. I did a lot of brain work, which I'm not used to for them, but I thought it might be the best to go on Overwatch as well. Maybe I'll be lucky and shoot some of the gargoyles coming down and trying to flame me. On the other hand, I can also, because most of them are facing completely different directions, later on kill some homogons or termagants. Okay. So,
well, there's no shooting phase, so and there's no hand-to-hand combat phase, so we skip to the psychic phase.
2 dice.
Oh, 9.
That's much better.
Come on, energy drain to me, please.
No, this would really
hurt. Okay.
Nearly no warp cards left, only a few of them. So I think this time you've got energy drain. I'm going to use I am going to use, and I'm probably within range of your Psychic Scream now, huh? Because he only
36
short,
inch.
yeah, some inches, and now I've moved, let's say 5 inches.
But it's your first turn.
Yeah. I'll try to do Boon of Tzeentch with 1 force card.
Okay.
So another 2 cards for me.
Another 2 summoning points.
Now we can.
I've got 6. You can summon, if you like, the first flamers.
I could do so, but I'll wait for your gargoyles.
Okay.
So what will you do?
Okay, I will play Energy Drain.
Okay.
Okay.
So now you may roll a d6.
You've dropped your force cards completely.
And I had another. Let me show it to you. I had this one.
Oh.
This could have hurt. I've turned very much. Destroy power. No, this is maybe destroy power.
Okay.
Okay.
So very interesting.
Yeah.
He has a 6-man squad of 1,000 Suns, so if I roll a 6, the whole squad
I prefer
is
to
bent
roll a
to the
1.
warp. Yeah, it would be exciting if I don't roll a 6, because then your whole squad is
annihilated.
Oh, 5.
Okay, so
But you can select which one survives.
So I leave. I think I would like to remain one of the autocannons. So.
Oh, that's really a disaster.
Does their Mark of Tzeentch doesn't save them?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You can check it in the codex.
Okay.
The Energy Drain special rule for the 1,000 Suns, but I think they're gone for good.
Okay.
Okay, that's the end of the psychic phase, and we're back at the second turn of the Tyranids. Okay, folks, that's the end of the second turn of the Tyranids. Because there were still some Homogons in the open, they flee further, but now they are completely behind cover, behind the bunker. So next turn I can from the next turn on I can try to rally the brood. The Germans moved slightly towards the remaining 3 enemies so far. And 2 of my gargoyle broods swooped down from the skies, one to flame the Tzeentch Psyker, and one to flame the remaining 1,000 Sun in the hills. The tank used his Overwatch to try to shoot at the gargoyles, but due to the to hit modifiers, he wasn't able to catch even one of it. So, okay, then on to the first shooting phase in the game.
Yeah.
From the Tyranids.
Yeah.
The 5 gargoyles will flame the remaining 1,000 Suns.
So
that means
5 dice on a 5+.
Yeah, because strength 3 versus toughness 4.
Yeah.
So
none of them.
Hits hits of course, but fails to wound.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of the battlefield, the brood of 6 gargoyles tries to hurt the Psyker, so that means 6 dice, but I think it's a toughness of 5, so it's only a 6+ to wound him. But this time I'm lucky and I scored 2 wounds on the Psyker.
And I've got a power armor of 3+, but because of my demonic steed, I've got because of 2+ because of the cavalry rules, which is modified by -2. So I've got 2 at 4+, none of them, and 2 3+ displaces. Oh, and he's got the first wound. And the wounded marker.
Quite surprising that the Flamespurt managed to wound the Psycho.
This won't happen too often, and I'll displace
d6
d6, hopefully towards your 5. So let's see where exactly he goes. Okay, onto 1. This will help with close combat.
Are you in close combat now?
I think so.
Okay, where's the 2 on the... Okay. It's quite funny. She was safe due to displacement and immediately jump into close combat, but So it is. Okay, that's the end of my shooting phase. And now we can go on to the hand-to-hand combat, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gargoyles are rather weak. They only have a weapon skill of 3 and 1 attack, so I think the 2 gargoyles are slain, but nevertheless, maybe
You just try.
if I'm really lucky,
I wouldn't have
5.
thought that he'd suffer a wound. I'm going to fight with my power fist and my sword. Okay. I think.
Should I parry the 5? Oh, it's a 6.
Okay.
So
6%, 13 charging, 14.
I've got 9. What? Does it count as charging if you displace into hand-to-hand combat?
Okay.
Okay, yeah. It doesn't matter because the first gargoyle is
power
dead.
fists.
Yeah. Okay. First is dead.
And the
The
second
second one, I receive an additional attack dice, which will turn the tide not.
You get a 1 from me as well. I've got 13. Without the bonus for charging, I've got 13.
I've got 7. So 6 hits, so I think
With a power fist.
the second gargoyle is
Maybe-
also slain.
Maybe I
6
roll.
times 1, no. Okay, 2 gargoyles dead, that means I have to take a break test because they're out of
follow-up.
range of the hive mind. And they didn't pass the leadership test, so they are also broken and perform a flying high
several hits while trying to flee.
action.
Now you've got a weapon skill of 0, but you've got 1 attack.
Yeah, then we shall remove the gargoyle because I think
Okay. And they are on flying high.
Okay. Fly to Mother Hive Mind. Probably. Okay.
Yeah, but he's already suffered a wound. I
Yeah,
wouldn't have thought that.
that's quite
So
nice.
they paid out. And
Okay, on to the psychic phase.
Yeah.
So 7 warp cards in total. Okay, let's see. Maybe can you measure the distance to your Psyker?
Yeah, I think he's in range because I moved him. The last time it was quite close. So
36.
now where's your hive turn exactly? So now we've got 33 inches.
33. Okay, he's in range. So I try to make my psychic scream attack.
I try to nullify it.
Okay.
Last time I could have
on a 4
cast
plus?
demonic attack.
No, it's not nullified.
Shall I use another?
You can use another nullify card, but only on a 5+ roll. But
I'll use the second one as well.
yeah,
because
you
don't have any
I
other
only have one
powers.
psychic power. No.
No.
Okay, then the psychic power went through, but
And
you
now
receive
I've got a mark of Tzeentch.
but you receive another 2 summoning points because not only if the Tzeentch Psyker uses psychic powers, even the other side uses force cards. They are worth 1 summoning point each. Okay, so
now I have to roll.
what happens in a psychic scream? Okay, you have to roll 2d6.
Yeah, and best of them would be if both of them were below my toughness.
Yeah.
But I've got the mark of Tzeentch as well, which gives me another.
Okay, that means 9.
Normally I'm stunned because this is below my toughness but equal to my leadership level.
Yeah.
But now I try my mark of Tzeentch for plus save against psychic attacks after the 2 failed nullifies.
And it was
And
successful.
this time I'm lucky.
Okay, so the
With my 6.
power went through, but it doesn't harm the cycle. Okay, it's your turn.
Now I'm going to do Boon of Tzeentch.
Okay, of course.
And I get another 2
I
cards.
try to nullify the power.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So you don't get
no
2
card for
cards,
me. Yeah.
but you receive another 2 summoning points.
So that's the end of our psychic
So
phase.
how many summoning points do
I've
you
got
have?
10.
10. Do you want to summon some flamers in
No,
this phase?
I don't. As long as I don't know where your other
portal
gargoyle brutes
is,
will land. Yeah.
And where the portal appears next round. Okay, then that's the end of the very successful second turn of the Tyranids.
That's a great turn. Killing 5 out of 6 members of my 1000 Sun squad and wounding my army commander.
Okay, we're back at the third round of the 1000 Suns.
Okay, that's the end of my third movement phase. He just turned in order to face them and be able to use his autocannon on them, whereas my predator accelerated from stationary to slow speed, and now knowing my next turn where the next portal will be, it may accelerate from slow to combat speed. And my army commander did a larger leap, I think about 21, 22 inches from there to there.
And by the way, he discovered a little secret. Delicto.
My aim was to be able to use Tzeentch's Firestorm onto the unit. Maybe so if I get three, if I'm able to kill three of them, the pink horse will appear.
There's a chance this pink horse will appear. Yeah, of course.
That would be cool.
Okay, now on to the shooting phase.
Yeah. Okay. My friend will use his autocannon onto your gargoyles. 6 is great.
A gem dice roll would be greater.
Yeah. Even more so. Yeah. Only
So
one.
one hit, okay. Tzeentch toughness 2+.
Yep, one is dead.
Yeah.
And the tank will use one of his less cannons onto them. Yep. Strength toughness. No. And the turret as well.
Okay. No.
No. And that side spawns,
left side spawns, we
mounting
can
over the
shoot at the
target
Tyranids.
one of the Tyranids. Yep.
Yeah.
Strength toughness. Yep. So
one
use
Tyranids down.
4 less cannons for a gargoyle.
And
4 less cannons and an autocannon for a gargoyle.
And one Tyranids.
That's really disappointing. Okay, but now there's no close combat, so we can go on with the psychic phase.
Yeah. Oh, only 2 warp
For
cards.
you. Especially as all of my stored cards are gone because
Of the energy
of your
drain
successful
card.
energy drain. Okay, I'm going to do Boon of Tzeentch.
Okay, now you have acquired 12 summoning points in total, playing this card. So that will be enough to potentially summon all your demons in the warp.
Now it's your turn.
I do nothing.
I'm really unlucky because Tzeentch's Firestorm would need 3 force cards. So I could do Bolt of Change onto one of the small ones, but 2 force cards. It's a lot. Well, let's do the pink fire of Tzeentch.
Or you can store the force cards for next turn if you like to.
Maybe, yeah.
But it's your decision. Okay.
Because a single turn merchant isn't worth the powers of the force cards being
Okay.
played.
Do you want to summon any demons?
Not yet.
Okay, then we're back at the end of the third turn of the Tyranids. Okay guys, the end of the third turn of the Tyranid phase. Yeah, my Termagants moved 6 inch towards the Psyker in order to shoot with their flesh borers on him. The 4 remaining gargoyles remained where they are and tried to kill the remaining 1,000 sun with their flame spirits. And the 2 large creatures, the Lictor and the Hive Tyrant, remained where they are for now. Okay, let's shoot with the flesh borers. They will receive a +1 to hit modifier.
For all of those within 8 inches.
Yeah.
So I think the first 1,
Okay,
2,
how
3,
many?
4. Let's say this one 5.
Okay, 5. So the Termagants have a basic ballistic skill of 3, so they will normally hit on a 4+.
-2.
A +1 means on a 3+, but he's moved more than 20 inch, so it's a 5+ for the first 5 Termagants. So that are wonderful no hits. And the remaining Termagants, 8, will try to hit him on a 6+. And
I've got 2 6s.
Yeah, that's
And
fine.
it's
2
strength
6s.
4 versus toughness 5 is 5 plus.
Yeah, 2 wounds.
2 of them. And you've got no save modifier. I've got 2 plus power armor because of the steed. Both of them.
Okay. That was the shooting phase for the termagants. Now we go on to the gargoyles. There are 4 gargoyles in total. They will use their flamer template and hit each once the 1000 sun with a strength of 3 against toughness of 4, meaning they wound on a 5 plus. And this time at least one of it wounds.
Yeah, and I think it kills because it's
and
got
it
a
will
-2
save modifier.
Now
So
I've only got a 5 plus.
5 plus armor save, yeah.
And he was really lucky during the last turn when 5 or 6 of them fired. Oh no.
He survived.
Okay.
Very
Lucky
good.
guy.
Very good.
After all of the other members of his squad have been killed by.
Okay,
injury.
then there's no hand-to-hand combat, so we can go on to the psychic phase, which results in 8 warp cards in total.
I've got a lot of cards. First for you.
Yeah. So let's take a closer look. I think your Psyker is out of range of Mind Psyker, maybe.
Yeah, my measure is.
You can check it.
Phase. What have you got?
36.
So it's in.
Okay. Then I once again try the Psychic Scream with 2 force cards.
Where my cards. So these are the stored ones, the new ones. I'll try and nullify.
Okay, on a 4 plus.
On a 4 because of both of the force psychers.
Okay, it's nullified, so it's your turn.
Now I'm going to use 1 force card on Boon of Tzeentch.
It's I think a very good psychic power because it only costs 1 force card. And
now I've got lots of stuff. This will be really great. Okay, first of all,
I fear the worst.
You've got no cards left, so you can't have any.
I have 2 cards left.
Okay. Well, I still use it. Okay, I'll do Tzeentch Firestorm onto them.
Onto whom?
So 4 of them within.
Okay, how many force cards is it?
2.
2 or 3?
Oh, you're right, it's a 3rd one.
Okay, then I try to nullify the power. On a 4 plus.
Yeah.
Yes, it's nullified.
And
I'm lucky.
Then, this pink fire of Tzeentch would be great against, but it's still out of range for
it's only 6-inch range.
Get a hit of strength 4 plus d6.
You can play the Bolt of Change, but it only affects 1 model, so you have to decide or store cards.
I store the cards.
Okay.
Discard this one and store the others.
Yeah. Okay, that's the end of the psychic phase. Or do you want to summon your demons?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, don't forget them. Okay, so now we're at the end of the third
I
round.
won't change it because I've already got 12.
Yeah. So I check in the rally phase if the homogons will rally, which they not do. And for the Gargoyle Brute, oh yes, they're rallied. Very good. Okay, so they can commence their attack run. And so we will roll for the War Portal. So as you know, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, come on, Marcus.
Clockwise. Okay.
Maybe this time in my deployment zone.
Oh, no, you're not lucky.
2. Oh my god.
But I flew into the other direction.
Yeah, but it's very, very, I think it's the worst.
Your chances
the
are
worst
slim.
portal because it's
but let's see, you've got lots of gargoyles.
It's far away from my whole army.
You've got lots of flame spirits.
But every other portal would be better than this one. Okay, place the War Portal, please.
So,
and we'll back at the end of the 4th round of the Forces of Tzeentch.
That's the end of my 4th movement phase. He remained over there. He wouldn't reach the webway portal anyway, but this way he can shoot at the gargoyles. They didn't move, so this time they won't benefit from any to-hit modifiers. Whereas my tank remained on combat speed to be able to do some turns and used the complete 20 inches to come closer to the next webway portal, and my army commander, who planned to do some damage onto the Homer guns, came back as well. So we've only got a single dice for to hit in the shooting phase, which is the autocannon. Yep. One sustained fire dice. I hope for a at least it's not a
jam.
Yeah. Strength, toughness. Yep.
Okay, one gargoyle down.
4 is dead, and it's another break test.
Yeah. No, that didn't pass, so the flying high are broken.
Here you are. And my tank can shoot. Okay, let's
turret bust.
it's just, let's say it's just a turret. Let's leave the other two out, because this one has got a fire angle of there anyway, and the other one, let's say it's behind the walls. So the turret on one of the Tzeentch to hit. No, it's lucky.
Okay, then on to the psychic phase.
No. 1 and 5 is 6. Okay. I'm going to do Boon of Tzeentch with 1 force card.
Okay. I do nothing, but because I think my hive turn is now out of range because the Psyker moved backward.
You may measure, but I think that's
no, it doesn't. Yeah, it's the same position as the start of the game, so he's out of range.
Okay, and my small Psyker will appear Tzeentch's Firestorm onto this one.
Okay, what's the range of it?
It's 24. Yep,
okay.
Unlucky.
Then how many force cards again? 3?
I need 3.
Okay. Then I try a nullify.
Yeah, on a 4+. Because both of them are level 4 cycles.
Yeah, it's nullified.
Unlucky. Okay.
Okay, I do nothing.
So that's it for the end of the psychic phase. 1 card. I'm really relieved I got it.
Oh, Energy Drain.
I won't play
but
it.
it's
I
only
just
one.
discarded. No, Energy Drain.
Yeah,
this time it would have
1,000
very much.
Okay, it's the end of the round, and in the rally phase I tried to rally my Homer guns. No, they are still broken and frightened by the enemy. Okay guys, that's the end of the 4th round of the Tyranids. Yeah, nearly all troops have marched towards the enemy or towards the mission objective. My Lictor and 1 Gargoyle Brute, which went down from flying high, tried to eliminate the remaining 1,000 sun, because the Lictor won't be able to reach the mission objective in time, so he can try to kill
annihilate the
1,000 suns. My Hive Tyrant jumped over the Imperial Bastion and tried to reach the mission objective, but I think he won't be able to reach it in time, but maybe, we will see. Tzeentch ran as well towards the mission objective, and my only hope now is that the Brood of 6 gargoyles and the Brood of 3 gargoyles hopefully have a slim chance to kill the army commander of the enemy. That's my only hope, but when he survives he can summon 6 flamers, and I think the tank, the Psyche and the flamers in the near distance to the critical mission objective is too much for my army, so my only hope is that the army commander gets killed by the gargoyles. Okay, let's go on to the shooting. The 6 gargoyles will try to kill the remaining 1,000 sun. 6 shots with the flame spirits means 5+ to wound. So only 1. That's really a disaster. Disaster is dire. Oh, he survives. Yeah. Okay. And then we have 3 gargoyles.
By then they had already
And 6
killed all of the
gargoyles,
Swedish guys.
which will harm the Psycho on a roll of a 6+.
Yeah.
Which no other 1/6
Mhm.
succeeds in wounding the Psycho, so he has his
2 plus
4
power
plus
armor.
armor save. -2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and that's the end of the movement phase. There's no hand-to-hand combat. And we can on to the psychic phase, which means 5 warp cards are dealt. Okay.
Maybe you're within range now because you've jumped over the Imperial Bastion.
Yeah, you can do a measurement.
36, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Okay.
33.
Okay, so I try to play. I play my Psychic Stream with Ultimate Force.
Yeah, so I can't
So it
nullify
cannot
it, but I've
be
got
nullified.
a Boon of Tzeentch 4+. On a 4. No. So now I've got to roll 2d6s.
Maybe 2 sixes and he will be dead.
This might change the outcome of the game. Yeah.
It's a 9.
It's a 9. 9 is above his toughness, but equals his leadership, so I think he'll be stunned.
Okay. Exactly, he's stunned by the scream and incapable of using any warp cards or taking any actions until the start of the next psychic phase. Oh, that's nice. Stunned psychers fight in hand-to-hand combat with a weapon skill of 1.
I'm lucky he's got a displacer field. Okay.
That's interesting. Okay, that's the psychic phase. And we'll be back at the end of the 5th turn.
Yeah. That's the end of my 5th movement phase. He just turned a little towards a lictor, which he'll shoot at soon. He can't move, he's immobilized. And this one went down from combat speed
to slow
speed. And is now was able to take many turns and is now able to shoot at the hive turret. Okay, let's start with shooting. I've got 1 autocannon targeting the lictor. Your lictor, I'm sure it moved around more than 10.
More than 10 inch, okay. -1 to hit.
So it's -1.
So 5+.
Yep. Strength toughness.
No sustained fire. Or
No.
to just want 1 shot. I don't know how many wounds the autocannon causes. I think more than 1. Maybe it's...
let's try. 2.
Okay. Strength 8 versus toughness 5 is 2+ to wound.
But you've got a dodge.
So, which dice were rolled? Those 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 hits. So I have 2 dodges, 5+, which I don't manage to succeed. So I think he's dead because he only had 3 wounds.
And I've got d6 damage.
Okay, maybe if you roll 2 ones, then...
Everything can happen. No.
Oh my god, it's 11.
So 11 wounds.
Okay,
but place it on the side because...
Yeah, he has to regenerate biomorph, but I think with 11 wounds...
11 over there.
That means 11 meaning 3 means he has 8 wounds in excess, so I think don't think he will rise again.
If you're lucky in your next dice roll.
Okay.
So this first shooting and the turret.
And the hive turret.
Hive turret.
To hit.
Come on, be lucky.
No.
2. Won't be enough. Yeah. So there's no close combat phase. And we can go on with our psychic phase.
So that means 4 warp cards.
It's the next psychic phase, so I'm back to business. Or rather my psyker. And I'll do lots of stuff. Okay, let's start with Boon of Tzeentch with 1 card. Will you nullify it?
No.
Okay, I get another 2. And then I'm going to do... I'm going to do Tzeentch's Firestorm onto them. 3 cards.
Okay, I try to nullify this
Yeah.
devastating
Plus.
power. Yes.
And now I try destroy power. You may hold onto this card until you decide to use it if a psychic power is used against one of your psykers or a model within 6 inches of your psykers. This card can be played immediately to prevent it taking effect.
But I haven't played a psychic power.
Power is
Marcus.
instantly and automatically nullified.
Yeah, but I haven't played a power yet.
Okay.
And I can't play because I've only one force card left.
Okay.
But you can retain it in hand.
Yeah. Then the next thing we'll try is, let's do Bolt of Change.
Okay.
Or is it?
Well, I think just to kill one gargoyle isn't very...
It won't cause a break test, that's a problem.
I think the one good power is Tzeentch Firestorm, which I nullified successfully. And the Bolt of Change would be good against the Lictor or the Hive Turn maybe. But
I play this one, Pink Fire of Tzeentch, onto one of them because there are only 3 of them.
Okay.
And one
sure,
dead would
excellent.
be result.
Okay, what happens?
In another break test, they get a strength 4 plus d6 hit with 1 force card played.
Okay.
But no pink or blue horrors emerging. So, strength 7.
So it means 2 plus 2 wound.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 1 is dead. Remain meaning a break test for them, which they obviously don't pass. So they are broken.
They are out of action. Yeah.
And this one is killed. Okay.
Retain in hand. And retain in hand as well. Okay, so that's the end of our psychic phase.
Guys, that's the end of the 5th turn of the Elder. The Hormagaunts managed to pass their rally test and ran towards the remaining 1,000 sun, which killed really a lot of miniatures. The remaining
miraculously survived.
And the Lictor is gone as well. He tried to regenerate his wounds but failed disastrous. So the remaining troops concentrating their fire now on the Psyker, which is my only hope to win the battle. So I have 2 brutes of 6 gargoyles which use their flamespurt against the Psyker. And the Termagants only went 6 inch, so they can use their flesh borers against the Psyker as well. And my Hive Tyrant ran his 12 inch to reach the web portal in time. Okay, so on to the shooting. The first 5 Termagants are within 8 inch, so they will hit on a 3+.
Okay.
Which means, 5 hits.
Okay.
And it has a strength of 4 versus toughness 5 means 5 plus 2 wound. So that's 2 wounds. And the remaining 8 Termagants will hit on a normal 4+. And will also wound on a 5+. So that means 4 wounds. With no save modifier, so you have your 2+ armor save 4 times.
4 saves at 2+.
No.
3 of them. And 1 3+ displacer field. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And then the gargoyles will shoot at him.
Displace at the end.
Yeah. Okay, that means I have 12 gargoyles in total. They hit him automatically with the Flamer template, as you can see, as presented by Marco. Thank you very much. But it only has a strength of 3, so it will only wound on a 6. So the first brute, 1, and the second brute, none. Okay, so 1 hit with the Flamespurt. It has a -2 save modifier, meaning 4+ armor save. No, and you have a displacer. Yep. Okay, so you can displace. Maybe off the battlefield. Okay, and that was not a successful shooting phase. But okay, they are only Tyranids, of course, the small creatures. So we can go on, I think, to the
Psychic phase.
psychic phase. That are 10 warp cards in total. 5 for me, 5 for you. 5, so we have to shuffle the remaining deck. Because I think it's spent twice, this battle. So, yeah.
Because of the 2 psychers, use up lots of cards.
1 for you. Okay. So I will play the Psychic Scream on your Psycho, of course.
Okay.
Now you can use to destroy power.
And use Demonic Attack.
Demonic Attack, oh god, even worse. Okay, it's automatically nullified, and I have to roll a die.
Yeah. So it's 2. Okay.
To add my mastery level.
The enemy Psycho adds his mastery level, so it's 6
minus 2.
and deducts the number of the Force God's
It's
Blade.
4.
Yeah, so it's nearly, you'll survive. But now I'm really free to use some of my
of Tzeentch.
cool powers. The first one will be Boon of Tzeentch, of course.
Okay. Then it's my turn, and I will play Energy Drain.
Okay.
So I have to drop all your cards.
That's really.
And I have to roll.
Fed, Ultimate Force, Psychic Duel, Destroy Power, Reflection, and stuff like that.
So I have to roll for how many 1,000 suns are leaving a battlefield. And it's 4. So that means the remaining 1,000 sun is tracked to the warp. And I think the Psycho as well. Isn't he? No, I don't think so, because he's made of flesh, as you can see in the model. He's not still a husk, so...
But it's still a severe blow.
Still alive.
Because with the cards, Destroy Power, Ultimate Force and stuff like that, I could have used Tzeentch Firestorm.
Okay, that's the end of...
Okay, that's the end of my 6th and final movement phase.
Maybe you should say that at the end of my psychic phase,
I summoned my demons in 2 packs of 3. My army commander moved over there. The predator moved backwards a little, and all of them are going to try and hit some of the gargoyle brutes because they do most of the damage. So even the army commander will use his bolt pistol, and my predator will use the turret maybe onto the Hive Tyrant, but the sponsor at the right side onto the gargoyles. Let's start with shooting. Okay, the side sponsor, less cannon on a 6. Nope.
But why on a 6?
Because of emerging from
the
cover.
last turn they swooped down. Okay.
Emerging from cover and -2 because of the maximum range.
Okay.
And this one on a 6 onto your Hive Tyrant.
It's behind hard cover, yes.
Oh, it's I'm lucky.
That may be the end of the Hive Tyrant and the game.
So 2 times strength 9 versus toughness. Let's just roll. 4 is enough.
So 1 hit went through.
And I think he has a voltage field.
Which means a 4+ unmodified save.
Yeah. Just roll.
Which he failed.
Any other saves?
No.
So it's a 2d6 damage on the less cannon.
He only has 5 wounds.
I'm good at rolling. Okay.
Okay, he's killed.
So technically all of them have to take break tests.
Yeah. So it's
all of them within 12 inches, I think.
Yeah. I think the Termagants. No. And the Gargoyle Brute the first. No. And the second Gargoyle Brute. No. And the Hormagaunts. Just to be sure. Oh. No. Okay. I think that's the end of the game. Congratulations, Marcus.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was nevertheless quite interesting.
I wouldn't have predicted this outcome. Yeah. I thought the Tyranids would burn all of my power armored stuff, even the army commander, into oblivion, and I thought that the tank alone, the demons not even being summoned, wouldn't have been able to reach or cover the webway portals. But I was lucky.
Okay, so we have two armies which prevailed the first round, the quarterfinal and the semifinal, and we are really glad and looking forward to the final, which we play soon. And we hope you enjoyed this battle. And
I think we've really underestimated Tzeentch.
they proved quite. Even if it was really a disappointing start in the second round, 5 of your 1,000 Tzeentch Marines vanished. And nevertheless.
And we didn't like them as much as the Tyranids, but they prevailed.
Okay, guys. Catch you next time. Bye.